Namo Buddhaya. We all have heard the saying that friend in need is a friend indeed. So it is very important to have a good friend to our life, because we can share our thoughts with them, we can share our celebrations with them, as well as we can share the pain and difficult situations that we are feeling in our life with them. That is why our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us, having good friends around you is a blessing for your life. So, our great teacher Supreme Buddha described there are 7 signs of a good friend. If you see these 7 signs in your friend, you have to remember and you have to make sure that your friend is a friend indeed, a good friend. So what are these 7 signs? Number 1, our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us, a true friend, a good friend will do what is hard to do to his friend. That means there are so many people around us who can help us, who will help us, but there are few people who will help us when they are going through the hard times in their life. If they are going through a hard time in their life, if they can help us, if they help us with hard things, right, they are the true friends to our life. That is why Supreme Buddha said, a true friend will do what is hard to do for his friend. Number 2, Supreme Buddha said, he will give what is hard to give to you. Normally, people will like to give when they have money, right? Your friends also will like to help you when they have money, right? But if there is a friend who can help you even he or she is going through a hard time in his life, right? If he or she will gives you the most valuable things in his life, right? If he or she can share the life with you, he is a good friend, right? So if you see this sign in a friend of yours, remember, he or she is a good friend. Number 3, Supreme Buddha said, he will endure what is hard to endure. That means he will be very patient with you, right? He will accept your faults. He will accept your failures. He will never judge you, right? He will put up with you. He will be very patient with you. Even you are angry with that person, he will never be angry with you. That is the sign of a good friend, right? He will never judge you. He will never be angry with you. He will endure what is hard to endure. Number 4, Supreme Buddha said, he will reveal his secrets to you. There will be nothing that he hides from you in his life, right? He is the person that you all know about him, right? He will never hide anything from you. He will always reveal his secrets with you because he trusts you. So if someone trusts you, if someone reveals his secrets with you, he's a good friend because he trusts you. And number 5, Supreme Buddha said, he will keep your secrets. He will never reveal your secrets to anyone. He will be a good secret keeper. He will be a trustworthy person, right? That is a good sign of a good friend. And number 6, Supreme Buddha said, when the misfortune strikes your life, when you become unsuccessful in your life, he will never abandon you, right? There are more people or more friends around us when we have money, right? When we are successful in our lives. But if there is a friend who can be with you, who will be with you when you are down in your life, when you don't have money, when you are poor. If a friend is always with you, he's a good friend, because that friendship does not depend on money. That friendship depends on the emotions and the hearts of both of you. So if a friend is with you when you are poor or when you are down in your life, right? He is a good friend. That is the sixth sign of a good friend. And the final one, number 7, Supreme Buddha said, he will never disrespect you even when you are down in your life. When you face the failures, when you are unsuccessful in your life, he will never complain about that, right? He will accept your failures and he will give better advice to make your life better and to be successful. So these are the 7 signs of a good friend. If you see a good friend in your life with these 7 signs, make sure to associate with him. Make sure to be loyal to him, right? Make sure to build up a good friendship with him, because he is a true friend. So having true friends is a very important thing for our life, because in this society we cannot find many people with these 7 qualities. And I want to tell you that there is a person in your life with all these 7 qualities. They are your parents. Parents have all these 7 qualities. They will never abandon you even when you are down in your life, right? They will give what is hard to give. They will do what is hard to do. They will endure what is hard to endure. That is the nature of your parents. So if you did not find a true friend in your life, be with your parents. They are the true friends. And also there is a time that we have to live alone in this world without our parents. If you did not find a true friend in that time, learn to live alone. Because living alone is better than living with toxic people, toxic friends. So find good friends, find the friends with these qualities, and be with them and make friendships with them and make your life better. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Welcome to yet another episode in Inner Guide program. Today, from this video, I'm going to discuss with you about a wonderful topic. And that topic is the death. Now, when you hear the word death, most of us become frightened and afraid. Normally, people doesn't like to talk about death, right? When we are in our families, normally our parents doesn't like to talk about the death in front of them, right? Normally, when you are with your partner, if you talk about the death, he or she will never like about that. Does talking and thinking about the death really makes our life miserable? Do you think like that? Well, our great teacher Supreme Buddha answered for this. In one occasion, our great teacher Supreme Buddha advised us to think about the death every time. Whenever you are possible, you have to think about the death. That is how our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us. Supreme Buddha said, Marana dhammomhi maranang anatitoti. It means, I am liable to death. Maranang anatitoti. I am not escaped from the death. Abhinnam paccavekittabha. You should recall it again and again throughout the day, whenever you are possible. Right? So that means Supreme Buddha advised us to think about the death always. So will this thinking pattern will make our life miserable. In real, it is not. Right? If you think about this real reality of our life, your life will never become miserable. Why? Remember, when you're thinking about the death, you feel in your heart, you feel that you have a little time to live on this earth. Right? Now, death can happen at any time. Right? The death can hit our life at any time, anywhere, at any occasion in our life. Right? We cannot predict that. So that means our life is unpredictable. Right? It is uncertain. So when we feel that uncertainty within our heart, we know that we have a little time to live on this earth. So if we are living a short time on this earth, we have to do something valuable. We have to do something that adds value to our life. Because we live a little time in this earth. Right? We don't have much time to waste. Right? We waste a lot of time in our life to do nonsense, right? Unwanted things, to do evil things. But if you feel that you have a little time to live on this earth, you will always be motivated to do the good things. Because whenever you are about to do an evil thing, maybe you are going to blame someone, right? Now your mind is occupied by anger. If you think, if I died at this moment, if I died at this exact moment, my rebirth will be not a good one. I am collecting a sin or a demerit, an evil thing to my life, and that is anger. This does not add value to my life. Right? When you feel that, you will always be motivated to stay away from the evil things like anger, hatred, and jealousness. So to that thought pattern, that thinking pattern, thinking about the death will always helps. So that is why Supreme Buddha said, you need to recall and think about, reflect about the death whenever you are possible. Right? Without any gender difference, without any religion difference, everyone can do that. This is the exact truth in our life. So thinking about the death will never make our life miserable. Instead, it will encourage us to do the good things and the right thing always. So be not fear to think about the death, right? As soon as you get up early in the morning, when you go to your washroom, just stand in front of the mirror and see into yourself and think, today I can meet the death. Today there is a big probability for me to be dead. So if I am dying today, what should I do today? Should I get angry with these people? Should I hate these people? Or before I am leaving this world, should I forgive the people who had made mistakes for my life and make my mind a free one? You can free your mind when you forgive people. Remember, the more you hold on to the anger and resentment, you will never feel free. If you are dying today, right, you can forgive everyone in your life. You can love the people around you from the bottom of your heart, right? You can be compassionate and kind to everyone that meets you, because you know that you are dying today. If you feel that exact feeling inside your mind, you will always be motivated to do the good things. So do not be fear to think about the death. Always reflect about that, and it will surely make your life a better one. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. One of our viewers have asked from us a question that how can I practice letting go in my life? How can I practice the ability of letting go in my life? So this special video is dedicated for him as well as for all of you who have the same question within yourself. First of all, we need to realize a real reality in our life to have this ability in our lives. And that is, the whole world is out of our control. First of all, you need to realize that. The whole world that you live in, this around you, is out of your control. People, situations, experiences, and other people's opinions, the things, all the things are out of your control. Remember that. Is that true? Yes. Now, when you take people, can you control people according to all the wishes that you have? No. Can you control the situations that you face in the future? No, you don't know about that. Right? Can you control the experiences that you face in the future? You cannot do that. And also, can you control the things around you according to your wish? No, you cannot control that for 100%. Right? So, first of all, you need to realize this real truth. The whole world is out of our control. But there is something that is within our control. What is that? That is our reaction towards them, our response towards those experiences. Right? So that is what in your control. Right? So normally, it is very hard to let go of the things or the people from our lives, because there is a nature of our mind that it has the clinging effect. Our mind likes to grasp the things and the people and the experience that we see. That is what we call the upadana. Supreme Buddha said, Yankinchi dukkhang sambhoti sabbang upadana pacaya. If there is any suffering which arises in our life, that is because of the clinging of our mind towards them. Right? Now, it is very hard to let go of the anger. Right? It is very hard to let go of the sadness. Right? Now, people would like to let go of the hard situations in their life, right? But our mind is not ready for that. There's a special effect that it always wanders in those difficult situations, sad situations, in anger and evil thoughts, right? It is very hard to let go of those things. But remember, all the things that we experience in this world, all the people that we meet in this world, right? All the things that we have in this world, one day we have to let go of these things. Even though we cannot let go of the things today, one day, at the end of our life, we have to say goodbye to all these things, right? But there is something that we take from this life. What is that? The things that we did according to those stimulations. Our reactions towards those experiences, our reactions towards those people. So if we collect that karma, right, that is the only thing that we can take from this life. That is the thing that only we own in this life. So we have to remember, first of all, that the world is out of our control, right? Things may fade away from our life. People may fade away from our life. And also, if you are going through a hard situation, difficult situations, remember, it will also fade away from your life, because everything in this world is impermanent. Nothing is there is permanent, right? Nothing is permanent, not even your problems, and also remember, not even your sweet memories, sweet times, beautiful times. Everything is impermanent. So when the things are fading away from our life, right? When the people are walking away from our life, do not hold on to them. The problem we suffer is that we are holding on to those things, right? The more we hold on to things, the more we will suffer, right? The more we hold on to the things, the more we will suffer, right? It is like you are keeping a red hot iron ball on your palm, right? The more you hold on to that iron ball, that red hot iron ball, remember, you are the one who is getting hurt. You are the one who is suffering. But if you let go of that, you are not suffering anymore. So what you have to do is realize the reality of impermanence. Every person, everything, every experience, every situation is impermanent. So when those things are being impermanent, you can be happy by seeing the reality, because you have expected that thing in your life, because you know that these things are impermanent in my life, right? When the things are fading away, just don't hold on to them. Let them fade away. Let them go away, right? Don't hold on. The more you hold on, the more you will suffer. So that is how we let go of the things in our life, right? If you let go of the things, when the things are walking away from our life, you can be happy, right? You can be positive always, and you can maintain your inner peace within you. So don't hold on to things, don't hold on to anger, don't hold on to people, because everything is impermanent in this world. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Welcome to yet another episode in Inner Guide Q&A program. Today we are going to discuss about a question that has been mentioned in the comments. The question is how to remain peaceful and calm under stressful situations. Coming right up. Stressful and difficult situations are the situations that we all have faced in all of our lives. But many of us face these situations in an unsuccessful way. Under difficult circumstances, under stressful situations, we become depressed, sad, and anxious. So, how to remain calm and how to maintain your inner peace under these circumstances? So, first of all, we have to know and we have to learn and we have to observe what is the situation. Remember, there is a common nature in all the experiences and situations that we face in our life. What is this? What is that common nature? That is called the impermanence. Whatever we encounter and whatever we experience in our life, soon after that has been experienced, it becomes impermanent. Isn't that right? Yes, it is. Now imagine someone is complaining to you about a mistake that you have done or maybe you haven't done, right? So he's yelling at you, right? So in that moment, when the people complain and blame at us, we become depressed, we become sad. But what is the nature of that situation? What is the nature of those words, those rude words? Now soon after we hear them, they become impermanent, right? Soon after you hear them, they will no longer prevail in our life. They are gone. That means everything that we encounter in our life, experience in our life, they become impermanent. That is the nature. But the real problem is that our mind clings to those experiences, and there's a nature in our mind that it creates again and again those experiences inside. Now, for an example, as I mentioned before, when someone blames us, right? So now we know that soon after that we got the blame, the words are gone, they have become impermanent. But what our mind does, it creates those words again and again. We think those rude words again and again, and we become sad and depressed. But the real nature is, those words are gone. They have become impermanent. Right? So that is the nature. Understanding about the impermanence. Understanding that these experiences and all the things that we face in our life are impermanent is very important to face or to be calm in a difficult situation. Because you know the nature. That is the first step. We need to understand that each and everything that we face in our life is impermanent. Right? Whether you face a terrible time, it will become impermanent. It will be changed. There will be a good day. Whether you face a good time, a happy time, a wonderful time, that will also become impermanent. That is the nature. So first of all, you need to understand about this. The world is impermanent. Our life is impermanent. Nothing is permanent in this world, not even your problems. First step. And the second step, whenever you are in a difficult situation, whenever you are in a terrible moment, you need to practice some practices or to do something to remain peaceful and maintain your peacefulness and think of a solution to solve this problem. So how to do that? Now, many of us, during the difficult situations, we become panicked. We freak out. So it is the best thing to do during a difficult situation is to do some practices to calm our mind. So what we can do to make our minds calm? The best thing that you can do to make your mind calm and peaceful is do some meditation. Right? Do a little bit of a meditation during that stressful situation. So how to do that? The easiest meditation that you can practice within a stressful situation is to contemplate on your breath. Now, breath is an amazing thing. It changes according to the situation. Isn't that right? So when we are in a terrible moment, right? When we are in a dangerous moment, what is the nature of our breathing pattern? It becomes fast and it becomes shorter. We take short and fast breathing patterns, right? So what is the nature of our breathing pattern? that when we go to sleep, what do we do normally? I think most of you have experienced this. When you go to bed and when you lie down, you take a deep breath in and let it go. That is a sign that your body shows that you are going to rest. So if you need to become peaceful and serene and tranquilized, you need to restructure your breath. So in a difficult and terrible and stressful situation, just take deep breaths in. You can do it. Breathe in deeply and let it go. And contemplate on the pattern of your breathing. Now you can do this, but this needs a little bit of a practice. Right? You cannot do it without a practice. First of all, you need to practice this. Now some people may question, now I cannot do this in a difficult situation. Yes, you cannot do it because you don't have that practice. First of all, you need to practice this contemplation and this practice where there is no stressful situations. Right? That is the thing. The nature of these practices is that if you do it whenever there is no problem, then it will help you to practice that way or the situation or that remedy during a stressful situation. There's a great saying that it says, if you sweat during the times of peace, you will bleed less during the times of war. That means if you practice during the times of peaceful situations and where there is no stressful situations, it will help. That practice will help you to face the difficult situations. So, practice at least 5 minutes a day to contemplate on your breath. Right? You can feel the way that you are breathing. Right? It will help you to tranquilize your mind. Supreme Buddha said, Vitakku paccedaya anapana sati bhavetappa. If you need to stop the chattering mind, if you need to stop the thoughts that are popping up all the time that inside your mind, just practice the anapanasati, or what we call the breathing meditation. Just contemplate on the breathing meditation. When you contemplate your mind on this breathing pattern, right, you're focusing your mind to inhale and to the exhale. That means your mind jumps from one thought to another, but there is only two thoughts. Inhale and exhale. You're not thinking about anything else. Right? That means you reduced thousands and millions of thoughts to two thoughts. So that is a big thing. So if you do it as a practice, you will feel that your mind will become more and more peaceful and tranquilized. So whenever you face a difficult and stressful situation, try to take deep breaths, few deep breaths in and let them go. And it will make you feel better. Right? So if you need to face a difficult situation, if you need to face a stressful situation successfully, you have to be ready for that situation where there is no stress. So that is how you face the difficult situations without being distracted. And also, as an extra thing, you have to practice the love and kindness. And also, you have to practice the forgiveness. If you can practice these great qualities like compassion, love, and kindness, especially forgiveness, you can maintain your peacefulness. Because when you forgive people, as an example, when you forgive people, that means you are letting go of them, right? The more you forgive, the more you will feel the peacefulness within. But forgiveness does not mean that you are going to fall into the same trap again and again for them. You forgive for yourself, and you know that person, and you can stay away from them in a positive way, and you can still be kind to them. Because kindness and forgiveness starts within your heart, and it will help you always. So practice these practices in the times where there are no stress and disturbing situations. And one day, when you master them, one day you can maintain your peacefulness within yourself without being distracted. Namo Buddhaya, Thiruvan Saranai. Namo Buddhaya. Welcome to yet another episode in Inner Guide Q&A program, where we find the answers for our life problems through the great teachings of our great teacher, Supreme Buddha. Now, one of our viewers have asked a question from us, that what is true love according to the Buddhism? Well, when we talk about the topic love, remember, as humans, as beings in this world, we all seek love and affection in our life, right? All living beings needs love to live. So when you talk about the topic love, it is a vast and a broad topic, right? Love can be found in many ways. But the basic and the base for all these kinds of love is the kindness and the compassion. But most oftenly, people may misunderstand the love and the attachment. Right? When we come to the topic of love between the partners, the male and females, boys and girls, many of the boys and girls, they doesn't know what is true love and what is attachment. Now there is a distinct difference between true love and attachment. So what is that difference? Well, when someone loves another person, he will say, I need you to be happy by being with me, right? In the other hand, if someone being attached to some person, he will always say that why are you not making me happy? Right? So there is a big difference between these two expressions. When someone loves another person, he will say, I need you to be happy by being with me. That means you are trying to give something to someone. Right? You always try to give the happiness to a person. But if you are being attached to someone, right? If you are developing lustful ideas towards someone, your mind will say, why are you not making me happy? You need to make me happy. So that is based on the selfishness, right? The true love is based on unselfishness, right? In the true love, there are many things, many good assets. There are the love, kindness, compassion, patience. These are the basic qualities that leads to the true love, right? If you're loving someone, you need to be kind to that person. You need to be compassionate to that person. You need to feel the sadness of those people. Now, when we talk about the topic compassion, compassion means to suffer with other people. That means if you can feel the pain that is hidden inside the people's life, if you can feel and become empathy, you can feel the empathetic feeling about them, then that is called compassion. If you can share the pain that is in another person with you, then that is compassion. So in true love, you need to have that sharing ability. And also, you need to have the kindness. You need to always wish the well-being of that person. Right? You need always to wish the good of that person. That is how you love truly. Our great teacher, Supreme Buddha, gave a wonderful explanation for the love. Supreme Buddha said, Mata yatan yang puttang ayusa eka putta manurakhe. As a mother who loves her only child, you should spread that same love to every person in this world. So when we talk about mother's love, parents, they does not expect anything from us. Instead, they love us. Now, when we were small, right, we were doing so many terrible things to our parents, right? Have you seen that the babies do so many terrible things to their parents, right? They drag from their hair, they pinch them, they cry, they yell, but yet the parents still love their children. So when someone is truly loving someone, it's like they're holding them firmly and they're nurturing them, right? But if you are attached to a person, you always expect the things from others, right? You always expect the things that fulfill your desires, right? When someone is attached and when someone is being lustful for someone, that means he's always expecting to fulfill every fulfillment and desire from that person. You're not trying to give something, always you are trying to get something from that person, right? It's like you're holding on to something tightly, right? Suppose you are drawing a cow or a bull. You are holding that cow or a bull from a rope. So when that animal tries to escape, what you are doing is you are holding it tightly, right? The more you hold it tightly, you are the one who is getting hurt, right? You are the one who is getting hurt. If you can let go, what will happen? You are not getting hurt anymore. So when you are being attached to a person, you will always get hurt. And you will never fulfill your desires, because desires and sensual desires, they never get fulfilled. We cannot make ourselves satisfied from those things. Okay, so that is what you call the attachment. In attachment, you hold on to things tightly. There is a great quote that describes about love. If you like a flower, right? If you like a flower, you will pluck that flower. But if you love a flower, you will water the plant, that flower plant. So if you love someone, what you have to do, you have to say that I need you to be happy with me, right? I always wish the happiness of your life. If that happiness includes me, that is better. But if it is not, in that case also, I need you to be happy. That is how you love truly. And that is the difference between the true love and the attachment, right? In true love, you don't expect anything from the person, but still you try to give the happiness to them. In attachment, you always expect the things from people, and still you will never be satisfied from them. So choose to love the people correctly. If you choose to love people correctly, then you will be a peaceful person throughout your life. Namo Buddhaya, Teruvan Saranai. Namo Buddhaya. Welcome to yet another episode in Inner Guide Q&A program. Today we're going to be discussing about an important question, and that is the willpower. How to develop our willpower. Coming right up. So when we talk about willpower, first of all, we need to understand about this. Willpower is the ability to control our emotions and put ourselves into a schedule and work on it for our own success. So many of us find so much hard, and it is a tough task to run ourselves in a schedule. To do that, we need to have the willpower. We need to have that mental discipline to control the emotions that pop up in our mind. So, how to do this thing? Well, there is a basic and very important factor that always helps us to develop our willpower. And that is known as, our great teacher, Supreme Buddha, taught us, and that is known as the chanda. Chanda means the desire, passion. So if you have the desire for doing something, if you are passionate on doing something, if you are passionate of developing yourself, you will be always motivated, and you will always have that energy within yourself to do that, right? But many of the students actually, and many of us, find very hard to get up early in the morning and start studying. Why? Because we don't have that willpower. To develop that willpower, we need to have the desire for doing that, right? So desire, or the passion, is the factor that drives through these tough tasks. So first of all, we need to develop the passion or the desire for our own success. So how to do that? So if you see some advantages of doing something, right? If you feel the advantages of doing something, then you will be passionate on doing that. So for an example, if I tell you that tomorrow you're going to go a picnic or a trip, so you should show up at 3 a.m. in the morning to a specific place. Normally, we will get up at maybe 2 a.m. and we will get ready. We will pack our bags and we will go for that, and we will show up right at 3 a.m. because we are passionate about that. We have that desire to go and have that pleasure. So in that case, you can get up early in the morning. But if we tell a person or a student to get up early in the morning and study, he or she will never do that, because you don't have the desire for that. So first of all, you need to contemplate, and you need to focus on the advantages of study, right? You need to visualize that the achievements that you are going to achieve in the future, right? So when you see that specific goal and destination that you have to go, and if you visualize that you are going to have that, then you will develop your desire, right? So to develop the passion or the desire, you need to always focus on the advantages of what you're doing. So if you put the love and if you put the desire, your passion into your work, then you will have that willpower. Your willpower will be developed day by day, right? So willpower or this motivation is not a thing that we get from our birth, right? It should be developed. It's like a muscle, right? It is quite same that when you go to the gym and when you work out, right? Day by day, it's growing up your muscles. That is the nature. But we cannot expect quick results from these things, right? So if you went to the gym and if you work out, right? In the first day, if you come in front of the mirror and look to yourself, there will be no change. But if you are going to the gym constantly and working out, if you work out, your body starts to grow up. Same goes with this willpower, or same goes with success. If you are doing it every day without stopping, that is called the consistency, right? Consistency is the key to success. So if you are working on your success consistently with the willpower, with the love, passion, then it will start to grow. So first of all, you need to develop the willpower. You need to have the passion or the love. To develop that passion, you need to concentrate on the advantages that you are getting by doing these things, right? So now I'm going to talk about what are the things that destroys our willpower. There are some evil and bad habits which can decrease the willpower. So what are these things? These are called the addictions, right? So the first thing that I must say, and the first and the main thing that destroys the willpower is the addiction to alcoholic drinks and the drugs. They can ruin your willpower very much. So stay away from alcoholic drinks and drugs and everything, because they destroys your mentality, and also they destroys your health, right? The more your health will be destroyed, the more your mentality, your mental strength will be decreased. So stay away from the drugs and alcoholics. And the second thing is probably, this might be a little bit harder for you, actually, it is the video games, right? If you are addicted to gaming all the time, it can cause to decrease the willpower. So these are the things that we call the dangerous or unwanted addictions in our life. So you must stay away from those things, right? And also finally, the pornography. If you are addicted to watch porn all the time, that will be a huge impact on your willpower. Okay, so it will decrease your willpower day by day. So stay away from these things, right? Stay away from especially the dangerous addictions in your life. Then work on yourself, have that passion inside yourself, think of the advantages, right? Then you can put love, passion into your work. And when you do that continuously, consistently, you will develop your willpower. And once you develop your willpower, you can achieve any goal in your life. So I wish you all, may all of you have that opportunity to develop the willpower within your lives. Namo Buddhaya, Thiruvon Saranai. Namo Buddhaya. First of all, I need to ask a question from you. Why do bad things happen always to good people? Now, I know this is a question that most of us have asked from ourselves in our life. So when the miserable things happen to our life, when unexpected things happen to our life, normally we ask from ourselves, why always me? Why these things happen only to myself? What is the wrong with me? So our great teacher, Supreme Buddha, taught a wonderful fact about the life. Supreme Buddha taught us, Sabbe Dhamma Anattati. That means everything is not yourselves. It is not under your control. So, life also not under your control. Remember that. We are living a life. This is not a fantasy. This is not a movie. This is not a dream. This is a real life. The nature of the real life is, it is unpredictable. We don't know what will happen in the next time. Can you guess what will happen in the next time? In the next moment? In the next second? No, no one knows that. Right? And also, our life is uncertain. We don't know in the next moment we will lose our life. Right? So there's a big mystery about the future. Right? So, when the miserable things happen to our life, when unexpected things happen to our life, remember, the nature of our mind is to always regret about that. Right? We have a great sensitivity. We have a big sensitivity to the negative side of our life. Right? There are so many problems that we face in our life when we are living this life. So when we face those problems, when we are going through tough times, when the misery and the unfortune hits our life, we may start to regret about those past miserable memories. Right? So what we have to do to get rid of this negativity is, always we need to look for the bright side of our life. There are so many things that we can be happy by thinking about our life. But keeping away all those good things, we always focus on the negative side. That is why most of the people in this outer world, in this society, they are regretting about the small things that happened in our life, in their life. But they have thousands and thousands of things that they can be happy by thinking about. Right? So what we have to do to escape from this negativity is to always focus on the good things about your life as well as the good things about the others' lives. And that is how we practice to bring our thought process from negativity to positivity. And remember, life is unfair, right? We think that we are good people and we expect that good things will happen always to us. But remember, karma and life does not care about you. It doesn't care how good you are or how bad you are and how successful you are, what social status you are in. It doesn't care. It has its own ways. Karma has its own ways. So there will be tough times, and also there will be easy times and happy times. Life is like a book, remember. When we are reading a book, we go through sad chapters. We go through happy chapters. We go through adventurous chapters. But if someone met a sad chapter and if he stopped reading that book, if he stopped reading that book and keep it away because it was a sad chapter, you cannot enjoy the whole essence of the book. Life is also like that. When we are living our life, there will be happy chapters, there will be sad chapters of our life, and also there will be adventurous chapters. But if we stop in the sad chapters of our life, what will happen? We will never make our life successful. Remember that. That is why they say if you focus on the pain, you will start to suffer. But if you focus on the lesson, you will start to grow. So when the life teaches you hard lessons, tough lessons, right? When you are going through the tough times, problems, maybe they are physical problems, mental problems, social problems, relationship problems, whatever problem it is, you should not make that problem a destination, right? You have to go through them. And that is why they say you will grow through what you go through. So what you have to think is, you need to think this life is unfair. And that is why Supreme Buddha said, Sabbang paravasang dukkham. Everything that is under others' control is a suffering. We cannot expect everything will be happen according to our wishes, because some things in lives are under others' control. And also Supreme Buddha said, Sadharanang vihanyanti. That is a great saying of Supreme Buddha. If you expect the fairness from this unfair life, you will end up as an exhausted person. You will end up as a tired and fatigued person, because life is unfair, and the problem is that we are expecting the fairness from our life. Therefore, do not expect always the fairness in your life. Bad things may always happen to good people. And also, good things also are happening to the good people. So when the bad things happen to you, what you have to do is bring your focus from negativity to the positivity. Bring your focus from the dark side of your life to the bright side. See, there are so many things that you can be happy by thinking about yourself. I don't know what they are, but there are many things. Everyone has bright side of their life. What we need to do to be happy with ourselves, to make our life a successful one, is to focus on that positivity. The more you focus on the positivity, the more you will become happier, and the more you will be able to make your life and remake your problems and faults in your life and live a happy life forever. So bring your focus from the negativity to the positivity, and do not expect the fairness from this unfair life. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Welcome to yet another episode in Inner Guide program. In this world, nowadays, most of the people are so interested about their physical appearance. They spend thousands and thousands of dollars and money to make their face and outer appearance beautiful. So today I'm going to reveal you a simple but a wonderful beauty secret that will make your outer appearance so much better, that can bring your outer appearance to another level. Our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us there are 11 benefits of loving kindness. If someone practices loving kindness in his heart, if someone develops a heart of loving kindness, Supreme Buddha said, his physical appearance, his facial appearance, facial beauty will become developed. So if you need to be beautiful, if you like to be beautiful, what you have to do, you need to be kind. Why? Because there are two beauties in this world. The first one is the beauty of the skin, and the second one is the beauty in the heart. Right? So the skin beauty, the beauty of the skin is, remember, it is impermanent. It may last long, maybe about 50 or 60 years. But if you make your heart a beautiful place, then the whole world will be beautiful, as well as your physical appearance may become beautiful. Because you have wholesome thoughts and kind thoughts, serene thoughts inside your mind. Once your mind becomes pure, once your mind is full of wholesome thoughts, your physical appearance will be beautiful. Because what we think is highly affected to our physical appearance. Now, when we take a person who suffers with depression or stress or anxiety, normally we can see him, we can detect that nature from his outer appearance, right? He will be stressed, he will be parched, and normally we feel if someone is going through a hard time, if he or she is suffering from depression, we feel and we can see it from his outer appearance. So what our thoughts, what we think is highly affected to our physical appearance. If someone develops a heart of loving kindness, if he is not angry with anyone, if he is friendly with everyone, if he can smile in his life every day, then his facial appearance, physical appearance may become beautiful. You can spend your money to become beautiful, it's not a problem, but you need to be beautiful from outer, from the skin, as well as from your heart. To be beautiful from your heart, you need to practice love and kindness. Therefore, practice love and kindness. When you practice love and kindness, you will become beautiful from your heart, as well as you will become beautiful from your face. So practice this great quality and be a beautiful person from inside and out. Namo Buddhaya, Thiruvon Saranai. Namo Buddhaya. One of our viewers have asked from us a question that how can we live in the present moment without worrying about the future? So this whole video is dedicated for him, as well as for all of you who have the same question in your life. First of all, we have to realize that living in the present moment, focusing your mind to the present moment, is not a simple thing. It is very hard, but also it is an achievable target. Our great teacher, Supreme Buddha, taught us, Atitang nanvagameya nappati kanke anagata. You should not chase after the past. And also, you should not make too much expectations about the future. Supreme Buddha said, Yadati tang pahinantang appattancha anagata. What is past is left behind. It is gone. It is over now. Appattancha anagatam. The future is yet to come. It hasn't reached yet. Buddha said, Pachuppannancha yo dhammang tattha tattha vipassati. What you have to do is live in the present moment and see the present moment as it is. Right? Realize the present moment as it is. So it is very hard to focus your mind to the present moment. Our great teacher, Supreme Buddha, taught us the nature of the mind is it always runs to the past. Normally, our mind has a habit to wander in the past, memories, right? When we are alone, when we are solitude, and when we live in our life alone, lonely, normally it is the nature our mind runs to the past. It lives in the past memories, thinking about them. Sometimes you may regret about them. Sometimes you may be happy about them. Sometimes you may cry about them, right? So that is the nature of our mind. It is always wandering in the past. And also sometimes our mind try to make expectations, too much expectations about the future, right? People dream too much about their future, but they do not work for the dreams to come true. So our great teacher, Supreme Buddha, taught us you should not let your mind to wander in the past, as well as you should not let your mind to go for the future and make too much expectations about that. What you have to do is you have to work in the present moment to make your future better, as well as to make your past better. Because when you live correctly in the present moment, right, your past will be a good one because you have lived in the correct way. And also, if you are sure that you are living correctly in the right way in the present moment, your future will be also a good one because you are doing the right thing right now. So, you need to have a good practice to focus your mind to the present moment. So it should be practiced by meditation as well as it should be practiced in the practical world, in your life. So I will teach you some tricks or things that you should practice in your life to be in the present moment, right? So when you have a free time, right, dedicate yourself to live in the present moment for a little time. During the day, when you have the free time, allocate your time about 5 minutes to live in the present moment. Sit on a chair, you can close your eyes, and just experience that you are in your present. You are not in your past, you are not in your future. Always you are in your present. That is the reality, right? The past has gone as well as the future hasn't come yet, right? So close your eyes and just try to focus your mind to the present moment. Try to think about what you feel, what you hear, and what you think about. All the things that you experience now will fade away to the past, and it will go into the arena of past, right? So take your time in the day and practice this. The best way to focus your mind to the present moment is the breathing meditation. Breathing meditation is one of the best meditations that you can bring your mind from the arena of past and the future to the present moment. Because the breath, when you're focusing on your breath, right, always the breath arises and it goes down. So this breath prevails in the present. So when you focus your mind to the breath, then your mind is always in the present moment. And also, you have to practice to live in the present moment in your practical life, in your day-to-day life. So how to do that? So it is very beneficial to live in the present when you are in the hard times, when you are going through a problem. Now suppose if a person comes to you and started blaming you. Now when he is blaming, you hear that sound, the words, right? When we think about these words, right? When he is blaming, you hear that, and after that very moment, it has gone to the arena of past. Those words are not prevailing anymore, right? But our mind does not like to think that. Our mind clings to those words, right? Our mind tries to hold on to those words, and what our mind does is it always make a loop-like thing to bring back all those thoughts, all those words again and again to our mind, and that is why we are suffering. That is why we feel hurt, right? If we can realize the reality that all these words that I heard has gone to the past, they are no longer here anymore, they are vanished, then you don't want to suffer for anything, right? Because it has gone to the past. You cannot do anything about that. But our mind is not ready for that, right? Our mind tries to cling to those words, right? So what you have to do, when someone blames you, when you are going through a hard time, realize that all those things are impermanent, and it vanishes very quickly from my life. So I don't want to worry about them, right? So if you are living in the present moment correctly, doing the correct thing, doing the right thing, doing good things, you don't want to worry about the past, as well as you don't want to worry about the future. Of course, you can make the plans for the future, no problem, but do not dream too much about it. Because the more we dream, it is like we are stopping our vehicle and just looking towards the road without driving, right? The more we dream, we feel jealous about the achievers who achieve our goals, right? So it is like you are stopping your vehicle on the road and looking at the vehicles that pass by. You're not driving, right? You can make your plans, you can make your goals, but do not dream too much about it. Just start working for it, right? So the dream becomes a goal when you are working on it only. So if you can live in the present, doing the correct thing, doing what should be done now, you don't want to worry about the past, as well as you don't want to worry about the future. So in that way, you will have a life without regret and without worrying about the future and the past, and live your life in the present moment and be happy by your life. Namo Buddhaya, Thiruvan Saranai.